There's the start of a new era at Manchester City, seeing club legends retire year after year. It started off with Yaya Toure, Vincent Kompany, David Silva, and now this year, arguably their best ever signing, their best ever striker, Sergio Aguero. The citizens are left with big boots to fill as the Argentine has confirmed he's departing the club this season. Will he fulfill his promise that he made all those years ago? I guess we'll find out in a couple weeks' time, but at the time of recording, we're looking towards the future. How can Pep in the future replace such an iconic talisman as Aguero has all these years? He's literally made a case for himself to become a Premier League legend, a Hall of Famer. No matter what team you support, as much as it was painful for me, we all remember the 2012 Aguero last-minute goal against QPR. Things just won't be the same anymore at the Etihad next season without their iconic number 10. That's why Sir BCHD has taken over the reins at City with one task on his mind: replacing Aguero, putting a shift towards the future, and envisioning a brand new life without Aguero. That's right, you've all seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail. We're trading a South American for a South American. Welcome from Fluminense, Kayky. In case you weren't aware, Man City recently actually signed this guy. It's kind of flown under the radar, but he's been sourced from Brazil, a talent factory for many future superstars, and this one is no exception. Considering the Brazilian league isn't licensed in FIFA, Kayky isn't in the game and he won't be added until FIFA 22, we've gone ahead and created him to our best ability, digitally incarnating him into career mode, and right here we've got his exact birthday, 2003, June 11th, his current kit number 37, his exact height and weight. I've tried to make things as realistic as possible, but right here we have the heir to Aguero's throne. Now yes, I know what you might be thinking, Sir BCHD, he's not really a striker or a centre forward, he's more of a winger type player, cutting in on the inside. The Brazilian, he's tricky, he's fiery, he's got some flair about him. How does he fit into the mold of an Aguero type player? Well, that sounds like a you problem, not a me problem, because we definitely do have some tricks up our sleeve. We'll go ahead and take a little bit of a deep dive into his profile. We've got the left footer, so on the right he can cut in on the left, bring some of those Iron Robin vibes to the Etihad. We've got 5'7", he's got 4-star skill moves, 2-star weak foot, so there's definitely some things to improve on as his main areas of his game. His highlights, it's acceleration, agility, sprint speed, what you'd expect from a winger. The strength and stamina department could be improved, as well as ball control, dribbling, they are also in the light greens. Meanwhile, the rest of his game really needs to adapt and transform to life here in England, as we've gifted him with the flair and speed dribbler traits. At only 17, he has got time, he has got the world ahead of him, valued at £3.9 million. What I'm looking at right now is that Manchester City paid 10 million euros for his services. He's going to be working hard on the training ground, because I definitely do want to place him into more of a centre forward, false nine kind of position. We do want him to replace Aguero in a sense, and the Brazilian is definitely going to have some work to do if he wants to live up to that Aguero expectation. So we're going to position train him for the time being. He's going to take over a year, 59 weeks, so this is going to be a grind. I don't know if you guys can see this as well, but when I look at him, he just looks like Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr. had a love child and Kayky came out. You know for a fact we will be selling Sergio Aguero. He will be transfer listed. We'll try to get him out of the club just like in real life. Also Raheem Sterling. I don't really want there to be any left wing or right wing competition, because that'll be probably the first team game time he'll get if he eventually makes it to the starting 11. So for 12.7 mil, we'll be releasing the Englishman. Ferran Torres is also posing a major threat, as he can play on either side of the wings and can be that coveted centre forward spot that we're trying to train Kayky into. So the Spaniard will be released, and of course we always have the threat of the abundance of loan players that will return next season, so we'll deal with that situation when we come to it. In any case, this is how the current starting 11 under Sir BCHD, the future without Aguero, is looking. Kayky will be starting on the left. We do want to slowly transition him after a couple seasons into that centre forward striker role and see if he can live up to Aguero's legacy. Yes, I know, Sergio, you said you wouldn't want to leave Man City until you won the Champions League. I'm not going to hold you hostage anymore. That's just not on the cards right now, mate. Finally, we have a taker for Sergio Aguero, and look who it is. It's the other side of town. The Red Devils are coming in with a £77 million bid. What are the Glazers trying to do? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's trying to stir up some trouble. I'll be really surprised if this one goes through. And just like that, in some kind of alternate reality where Cavani doesn't sign a contract extension, United desperately need a striker. They go after their noisy neighbours club legend. The shithousery going on here is absolutely palpable. City fans, how do you feel about this one? The number 15. They didn't even give him the proper 16 kit number or the 10. I don't even know how I'd feel about this as a United fan. This is some nightmare fuel we're witnessing right now. Simulating to the end of one season, we won't get into the nitty gritty of results, but it looks like they're doing fine without Aguero. Man City on top with 87 points, and the Argentine only managed to run us up at Manchester United. We got that little storyline going on, but at least they got some silverware to celebrate about. No FA Cup glory, and in the Carabao, they were nowhere to be seen as well. Did this save just predict the future, because Man City's in the final in real life. Obviously, they're not versus Barcelona in the final, but they did take it out 2-1. And in the Champions League, they win their first ever European title. The moment he jumped ship, the club actually achieved the thing he wanted to all those years ago. And wow, what a run it was, beating out Inter, taking over Atletico. The citizens have made a gargantuan statement. However, we do have some development updates, not just in the development plans, but we have the change, the position switch that was supposedly going to take over a year. But the Brazilian has fast-tracked himself to be a center forward. We're going to change the position right there, and he's now gone from a 69 overall to a 75. For the moment being, heading into season 2, I want to train him as a bombardier, a deep line forward, and a high attack and work rate. We need that stamina up. We need all those upgrades in shooting and his pace. So far, so good from the Brazilian starlet. Now up to a 75. He's still an exciting prospect. We might need to offer him a new contract, as he's played 57 games, scored 10 goals and 3 assists. That is way more game time than I expected. But with him being one of the only left wingers here at the club, I think that's what got him into the starting 11. He played as much as Bernardo Silva. He got more game time than Riyad Mahrez. What a way to be introduced to English football. Baptism of fire. As of course, it's a major achievement being converted into a centre forward. He can still play on either side of the wing, so anywhere in up front, he will be capable. Now valued at £11.5 million, a 64% increase, and now I reckon we just delegate a renewal. We'll classify him as a sporadic first team player, a new squad role, a new salary, and a man for the future. Let me know down in the comments below, how do you think he will adjust to life in the Premier League? Do you think he'll get some game time under Pep Guardiola, or will he be sent out on loan, or just be an instant hit like Gabriel Jesus was a couple of years back? The main mission at the end of the day is to achieve what Sergio Aguero did. He's already got a one-up on him, considering he's won the Champions League. Now it's time to score the goals and get that domestic silverware. I know you lads are behind me with this decision, but the media are just out here slamming us. They don't know why we've given him the new role. They're questioning our strategic decisions. They don't understand the mind and the plan that Sir BCHD has for this wonder kid. Right now, we've just left the media confused, bamboozled if you like. But as we transition over into season 2, you guys know that things are only going to get bigger and better. Alright, season 2 has drawn to a close. We've got one game left, but I need some answers. Firstly, Kayky just continues to effortlessly grow without seemingly even trying. We did that successful centre forward conversion last season, the position change, but I don't know exactly where the assistant manager is playing him when we're simulating through the calendar. He could either be out on the left, right, even in the middle, replacing Gabriel Jesus. I don't know, but he's played 61 games, scored 24 goals, and got himself 5 assists. That is 29 goal contributions in all competitions. I've never seen such a smooth transition from South America to Europe. He is bossing it. 18 goals in the Premier League. He scored a couple in Europe as well. I just need to know where his actual position is. He's gone up a +6 from a 76, which he must have hit towards the tail end of last season, and now up to an 82. He's cracked through that rank, and it seems like Bombardier has been working a treat on the training grounds. His development has seen his sprint speed and acceleration up into the 80s. His finishing stats have gone through to the 80s as well. Stamina has increased a bunch. The flair and speed dribbler trait also help, but the 18-year-old has literally defied expectations, giving Man City no choice but to play him, and his output has been really intriguing. Now valued at £58.5 million, a 265% boost upon last season, and let's just see him play out on the wing. We've got Gabriel Jesus and Mahrez starting it up top in that attack and trident. It's Aston Villa at home to close off the end of the season. We are coming in runners up. Unfortunately, Liverpool will take the title, but let's see if Kayky has any say on this match. They won 4-0 with our boy to break the deadlock 17 minutes in. Have they performed in the other competitions, you ask? Manchester United in 4th. We have got the FA Community Shield winners on penalty against Arsenal 5-4. There was no FA Cup final berth, as it's Liverpool versus Liverpool B in the final. Kayky's men were eliminated 3-1 to the title winners in round 6. And in the Carabao Cup, similar to what happened in real life in 2020, Man City finished victors over Spurs 3-1.
Tottenham is the history of the Tottenham.
At least they got themselves 2 pieces of silverware yet again this season in the Champions League. They couldn't defend their European crown, as it's Inter versus Barca in the final. Kayky's boys were knocked out in the round of 16 rather early to Dortmund 2-1. Have we hit the nail on the head with this one? Is this another piece of Sir BCHD, a player management mastermind? As we're taking a glance at Sergio Aguero's stats at Old Trafford, in 16 appearances, he scored 5 goals and 3 assists, getting outplayed by Edinson Cavani, and he still managed to keep that 88 overall. But so far in this save, it looks like the experienced veterans, the South Americans that have been around, they're leading United's front line. It just doesn't look right seeing him in red. I'm going to point it out. The number 15 just does my head in as well. I'm glad we're actually doing better off without him, to be honest. I know pretty much all Man City fans are sad about Aguero's departure, but it was fun whilst it lasted, and Kayky's arrival has literally made us forget about him and look towards the future. This Brazilian revelation has just paved a new way forward for City. City, and now we're going into Season 3 with even higher expectations. For those of you who had a keen eye and saw earlier, he's already been called up to the national team. What can't this man do? He's literally got the Midas touch. Not currently involved in the national team starting 11, but sooner rather than later, he's going to replace either Rafinha or Neymar on the wings. Could possibly even lead the line for them at centre forward, but this Copa America, I'm glad he's getting some international exposure. No way, my bad actually. It's the World Cup. We're in 2022, and in Qatar, Brazil have finished top of Group D alongside Poland, Belgium, and New Zealand. A flawless 9 points, 3 wins, and that finds them in the round of 16 up against Hungary. And here's how the rest of Brazil's World Cup campaign went down. In the round of 16, they got to have a 5-goal thriller, 3-2 against the Hungarians. We have in the quarterfinals, they edged it out over Colombia 2-1 in a little South American rivalry, and they lost 3-1 to France in the semis, getting eliminated. Did they end up getting third place? They did against the Ivory Coast 2-1, but in the final, France took down Poland 2-1 to go back-to-back World Cup champions. I want to change up his development plan this season from a bombardier to a playmaker trequartista. I want him to be an all-round player. Being deployed in the center, it's kind of essential for him to have an all-round game. He needs to expand those skills in the locker, and it also works on his weak foot, which is probably the weakest area of his game. Don't mind the pun, it's going to take 17 weeks, but hopefully those important passing stats that need the boost get upgraded. And of course, I'm looking forward to what him and Man City can achieve this season. Here in his third campaign, anything is possible. What type of season the team has had most likely reflects on how good or bad the season has gone for our boy Kayky, but here Manchester City finish in second again. Champions of England winning the Premier League title as United finish below us again, and Arsenal finish in fourth. This time the lads lost out in the Community Shield, losing 2-1 to Liverpool, so unable to claim a trophy this season, and again in the FA Cup, losing in the semi-finals, eliminated to Leicester on penalties. Spurs won a North London derby, Carabao Cup final 3-2, and it was another semi-final heartbreak elimination again, 5-4 on penalties to Spurs. They got their revenge for last year's loss. And here in the Champions League, it was a flawless group stage with 16 points for the citizens, winning against Atalanta in the round of 16 4-2 on aggregate, taking down Real Madrid. The Galacticos lose out 3-2 on aggregate, and then what are with these semi-final defeats? Liverpool have had their way with us, winning that all-English tie 2-2 on away goals, and they go ahead and win the final in an all-English bout. Not even Aguero can win the Champions League for United, let alone City. You gotta feel sorry for the man. Let's take a look at Kayky. Oh my goodness me, he just does not stop. The 19-year-old is pushing into uncharted territory. We've created a new beast that we've just unlocked off the chains. He has the potential to be special. He's upgraded his potential status, and he's gone up a +7 to his overall. Now standing tall at an 89. Is he Ballon d'Or bound? Here are how his performances went this season. Stats-wise, he played 61 games, 23 goals and 6 assists. Again, 29 goal contributions in a season. That's the lucky number, and he's gone ahead and replicated it here once more, playing in that false 9 on the left and on the right. His weak foot has gone from 2 to 5 stars in one season. The playmaker forward, trequartista type development plan really did him wonders. Stamina now up to an 88, attack positioning reaching 97. No maxed out stats we are to report on as of yet, but I'd rather his stats holistically go and improve rather than a couple just reach out the max rating, but he's still yet to turn 20. We're witnessing history right before our very eyes as the 19 now valued on the transfer market at £116.5 million. That is a 95% boost from last season, and that definitely deserves a contract upgrade. I'm getting paid 24k a week now to 220k. He's gonna secure the bag. We'll pay him the money, and he now has a crucial squad role. Would there be any other kind? If we did want to follow this Sergio Aguero path, we'd actually probably offer him the 16 or 10 kit number, but I think he's making the number 37 iconic. I don't know about you guys. You know what? I might just give him the responsibility, the added pressure of being the number 10. Is he going to falter, or will he be confident and continue to perform week in, week out? We've seen kit number curses over the years. Let's hope this one doesn't get to him. No silverware this season, but with him reaching some of the peaks that players would dream of, we're also approaching the Copa America of 2024. Let's see if he can crack beyond the 29 goal contributions mark and completely outperform the rest. Aguero's Man City legacy right now is hanging on by a thread. As always, keeping things new and fresh for our brand new number 10. Changing up the development plan, we're going from the playmaker forward trequartista to the penetrator. If there's one thing that's iconic about Brazilians, is their silky skills, their trickery and finesse on the ball, and that's exactly why I want to train his skill moves up from an already decent 4 to a 5. It's only going to take 13 weeks, but it also improves some key elements of his game like balance, composure. Let's hope in his 4th year he can grow and evolve into the penetrator we all know he can be on and off the pitch. The day has finally arrived. It's been a 3-year drought, but Man City finally back on top of the Premier League table, winning the title with Kayky as one of their main MVPs. The Brazilian definitely an instrumental figure, the protagonist around this championship title, taking down Liverpool, who have been a main rival and pest throughout this whole entire video. And right here, they're back again, the Reds winning on penalties in the Community Shield 4-3 after it was 1-1. Here in the FA Cup, they didn't make the final, losing out to Aguero's Manchester United 4-2. From one semi-final elimination to a finals loss in the Carabao, it is Liverpool to take them down at 2-1. It's painful to see the Reds get a one-up on them every single competition they face each other in. Right here, it is top dominance from Group C, Manchester City on top with 15 points. In the round of 16, they took down Lyon 4-2, which could have been an easy banana peel. They're playing with fire with a 4-3 aggregate win over Barcelona, taking them down in the home leg, and against Real Madrid, it was a massive away day win to secure a 3-2 win, progression into the final, and guess who it is? It's Jurgen Klopp's Reds, ready to take Kayky and the citizens on. This is going to be interesting. You know what? Let's check in on Aguero. Let's see how he's doing at Manchester United, and it looks like they have purchased the future, or at least the two starting strikers at the club, Mauro Icardi, and they've brought back an old boy, Romelu Lukaku, and therefore he's left with 4 appearances all season in the Prem, no goals, no assists. He's aging, he's down, he's defeated, he's 35 and injury prone. His transfer market value's been slashed in half, and so has his pay packet, taking a pay cut to still remain at the Reds for one more season. Enough about Aguero, let's focus on Kayky's situation here. I actually didn't even show you guys the transfer business we got done. We brought in Ruben Neves for over 100 million. We got a brand new right winger after Riyad Mahrez's departure. Tizi Gankov will be joining us as we invested in the Uruguayan. Also, Nicolo Barella to be a backup midfielder, and a brand new left back, as you saw there, Mendy's departure to Tottenham for 85 mil. The Canadian will be a brand new starting left back, and a backup option in the centre back department. It's Ibrahima Konate. Here is our go-to starting lineup for tonight's bout, a European final on the line, and I actually want to make Kayky the captain. We're rewarding him with leading the lads out to victory tonight. Will he be lifting up the trophy at the end of this one? So I want to test him out in game, see how the Brazilian performs, and find out if he actually lives up to the hype. Let's get a one-up on Liverpool and show them who's boss. From a young boy playing in the favelas in Brazil, from Fluminense to Man City, he has made a statement here in England, and he could go down as one of the youngest captains to lift up that Champions League trophy, lead his squad to victory. They're fighting for that trophy, that piece of big ear silverware here at Old Trafford, a chance for both Manchester United's rivals to achieve European dominance. What a storyline that'll create. Let's get cracking into this match. We have got Gabriel Jesus kicking us off, Kayky starting out on the left. Here we go. Through to the path of Alphonso Davies. He cuts in with a little fake pass, and now Kayky back to Rodri. A lovely little combo, and the left foot strike was well blocked. Liverpool just driving forward, and Roberto Firmino at will is coming at our defense. Laporte read it all the way, but he does get taken down. And all of a sudden we're open, and Edison has come a long way from goal, as it's Leon Goretzka against the run of play to put Liverpool into the lead. The number 33 strikes under the legs of Edison. We tried to make him come for it, and Goretzka's completely fooled the Brazilian in net. A lot of South Americans involved in this game. Right on under, makes him look a fool, and we go 1-0 down. Senegalese winger sets up something. We've got Roberto Firmino on the inside. Ruben Diaz deals with it. And again, unable to clear, but there won't be enough time for us to respond. We go into the sheds at 1-0 down, rather disappointing. Kayky really needs to get involved in the game a bit more, and just the whole team cohesion needs to start clicking. Oh, Kayky already. Alexander-Arnold. To be fair to him, Alexander-Arnold has literally pocketed Kayky, I can't lie. Oh no, this is brilliant from Liverpool. And Toni Kroos, I don't even know who that is. Toni Kroos, yeah, that's him. He has literally broke the back of the net in one of the first attacks of the second half. It is Liverpool's second shot, their second shot on target as well, and it's found the back of the net, bulging through, and this combination play, our defense just split open, and Edison got a hand to it, but the shot was way too powerful. I don't know where he found that strength and power from, but it literally could have broken the Brazilian's hand. Bernardo Silva out to Kayky. And this is where we could get a one-up on them. He has put the ball inside to Jesus, and all of a sudden, Liverpool's defense caught out cold. It is Kayky in front of net, his first shot, and our first real opportunity. It was a golden one, and he has taken it by the scruff of the neck. The Brazilian gets the ball straight away, and he runs to the kickoff circle. We've half the deficit, and it's game on, baby. A little header to touch it forward, and he did the rest by smashing it into the top right and beating out his fellow countrymen. We still win it back, though. Tiziganov, Kevin De Bruyne. And now with another counter-attack launching, all of a sudden Liverpool pushed all their men forward. And Gabriel Jesus, where are the men inside? It is a brilliant ball, and it's Kayky to fire it home in the middle. In the space of 5 minutes, we have worked our way back into this match, and he is strutting his stuff here at Old Trafford, making it his training pitch as the Brazilian says hello to the Man City fans going mental, finding the equaliser from 2 goals down. It is even Stevens here in the Champions League final, and he is putting up the badge. He's kissing it to the sky, to the moon, baby. Kayky, you are our hero. All of a sudden, the complexion of the last 23 minutes or so has completely changed. We have got Bernardo Silva inside to Gabriel Jesus. Kayky is making the inside run. Kayky, a little chip inside, and it's the header. It's flown over the bar. Why didn't he take it down on his left? That would have been an instant goal. But now that final chance has forced proceedings into extra time. Bottled it, people. We have truly bottled it. We're going to get another half an hour of football or penalties to decide things. Finds Gabriel Jesus, and now we can build something. Here with Bernardo Silva, a defense-splitting ball, and all of a sudden on the outside, can he go himself and complete the hat-trick? And it's just gone wide. Kayky with another golden chance, and it's another off-target strike that has strayed wide. Pushed out of the way, De Bruyne will retrieve it and drives it forward here. Gabriel Jesus sees that Kayky run, and he's evaded his defenders, his markers. Kayky again, one-on-one. Will he finish? And Alisson pulls off a massive save. It was a weak foot strike, and that'll draw the close of the first half of extra time. Now Jesus, oh, this is brilliant stuff. He's got a whole lot of grass to run onto, and he's got men on the inside. Kayky, is he going to go alone or do it himself? He'll do it himself. Alisson saves, but on the return is his man on the right-hand side. Etihad, the Liverpool players, fall down to the ground as they know it might be over with that strike. He went greedy for it. He tried going for the hat-trick, but he has set up a brilliant finish to what has been an exhausting game. I mean, this has been so intense. Alisson with another clutch save, but the defense couldn't get to it, and the man waiting on the edge of the area was the Ukrainian. Surely, we've got one hand on the trophy. And that will be that. It was a bit harder than expected, but the rivalry was won. The comeback from 2-0 down to 3-0 complete. And now the young man can go ahead and lift up the trophy as captain. 2 goals for him, basically an assist, involved in every single piece of action flowing forward. He proved how pivotal he actually is to this team, whether he's playing out wide or in that centre forward spot. Kayky is the main man. And here he goes, about to lift up that coveted piece of silverware, the holy grail with the ribbons being light blue. It's a glorious day for his career, his life, and he's played the game of his life. Let's go ahead and now take a look at the rest of his season 4 stats. As we set the record straight with Liverpool, could this be a Ballon d'Or worthy season? He's now up to a 92, so this is like Messi and Ronaldo type levels. The Brazilian, let's just say, has eclipsed Neymar definitely as one of the world's best. He's still only 20, which is boggling my mind right now. Maybe we should have started him off at a lower overall, but he's in excellent form, and that kit number switch to the 10 definitely didn't affect him whatsoever, as he played 68 games. In that time on the pitch, he scored 32 goals and also found 11 assists. 43 goal contributions in 68 appearances as the Brazilian continues to defy expectations. This penetrator development plan has also worked wonders. Now operating as a 5-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot player, and coming to this point of his career, he still doesn't have a maxed out stat. He's just focused on many different areas of his game. Upgraded a +3 this season. Now his financial situation looking a bit like this at a £152 million valuation. That has gone up 20% off last season, and his wage now at 220k, but I think he deserves a pay rise. The captain guiding the club to their first ever Champions League. He's going to accept that, and now he's on a brand new 5-year deal, nearly getting $500,000 a week. With the Copa America coming up, he finds himself in the thick of things of the international team setup here with Brazil. Rodrigo's replaced Neymar on the left, and Kayky has now gone ahead on the right. The manager has faith in him, so let's hope he can deliver, not just for his club, but for his country as well. Oh my goodness me, we have Brazil overcoming the rivals Argentina in the Copa America final, and it was all thanks to that man Kayky, with the help of a couple of his Man City teammates as well. Edison standing in the press conference room with the trophy, but they have gone ahead and become champions of South America. How did they get there though? We're about to find out. In the group stages, they finished in 2nd, okay, against Venezuela, still undefeated. Didn't even top their group. It was pretty easy as well, but Mexico and I think the United States were the 2 other teams to fill the quota. They just qualified through against Uruguay 2-1, edging it out against against a tough side. In the semi-finals, they were faced against Paraguay. Argentina destroyed the USA 4-1 in the third place match. Paraguay came out on top, and it was a 3-1 job in the final to see the Canaries take home the famous old trophy yet again. How many is that now for Brazil? I'm starting to lose count, but let's take a look. Who are their top goal scorers? Who was the best player at the tournament? Here we have Kayky, who actually had 3 appearances only. He scored 2 goals in them, but where was he for the rest of the tournament? I don't know. 2 international goals for Brazil, and definitely played a major part in them winning the whole competition. It seems that Richarlison, Neymar, Rodrigo, and Vinicius Jr. were definitely some tough competition, but on the whole, he's not just a champion on the club scene. Internationally, he's done it all. Waiting to simulate 1 more season to the end of season 5, half a decade, and I'm pretty sure in half the time he has lived up to what Aguero has done here at City. So we're gonna go for 1 more round, 1 last hurrah. We'll see you at the end of it. Unfortunately, it isn't the farewell send-off we were all craving as City come in second, and all came down to the last day as Spurs finished Premier League champions. Surprisingly enough, they still get that Champions League qualification, but it's not good enough from Kayky and the Citizens, as here in the FA Community Shield 3 years in a row they've lost it out, this time to Manchester United on penalties 4-3, and Aguero can celebrate a tin pot trophy over us. As I think for the first time in this video, they've actually gone out and won the FA Cup on penalties. Spot kicks, it came down against Arsenal, it was 1-1, and then defeating them at 4-3. Over in the Carabao, they were eliminated in the semi-finals to, you guessed it, Liverpool, but it doesn't really matter. We won the Champions League title over them, so, you know, they can have all the Carabao Cups they want. It looks like they've gone ahead and made up for last year's mistake, winning the final 3-1 against Dortmund. Meanwhile, in Group G, Man City, where did it all go wrong? The defending European champions with 18 points, 6 out of 6. Group G finished on top, taking care of PSG 4-2 in aggregate, and then in the quarters, it all came tumbling down as Dortmund won a thrilling contest 5-4 on aggregate, and that sees BVB charge towards the final and take an L to Liverpool. Here is how things have ended up. He has been ranked as one of the top 4 players. He's the equal best player. It's a tied 4 against Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne, and Edison. However, the captain is still in excellent form, considered as one of the world's best. At 21, he's got his whole career ahead of him. This has been one of his lowest seasons in terms of growth, as the 61 appearance campaign has ended up with 25 goals and 11 assists. So there's 36 goal contributions in all competitions, and boy, he's played in a lot of competitions. That doesn't include his international stats. Just for Man City, we still had him on the penetrator development plan, so that might have had something to do with it. No maxed out stats, which I'm quite surprised by, but his rise to fame has been rapid. He ain't letting that go. Valued at £179 million, that is a +5 from last season, and has definitely been a worthy Aguero replacement. Scoring the goals, getting assists, being an all-round team player, and that is probably where we're going to end things here. What are your predictions about Kayky's arrival at Man City? Is he going to take the league by storm? Is he going to be another South American hit at the Etihad? Let me know down in the comments, but if you did go on to enjoy, make sure to drop it a like, hit subscribe, and turn on those notifications, baby. As always, I've been Sir BCHD. Have a great day, and I'll catch you all in the very next video.